Hello. Happy Friday. How are y'all doing? So, my ass was tired, but I was just like, you know what? Suck it up. Suck it up. You got to work. Anyway, are y'all up yet? This is my review of the Traitors finale as well as the reunion. I watched it this morning and was completely gagged. I knew the faithfuls were going to win, but I just didn't know which faithfuls. So yeah, we're going to get into it. I just want to let some people get into the room. How are y'all doing? Thank you, Two Beautiful Brains, for your support, getting here early. Rich the Fish, I see you. Yeah, I'm just chilling here on a Friday. I just finished watching Drag Race too. It was an okay episode. For the Drag Race watchers, I will be on Maddie Rand's channel on Sunday to discuss. HFG. Hey, Chris. That last few minutes was unexpected. Yeah. Look, we're going to get into it. I have so many thoughts. Just waiting for some people to get into the room. What else? Pop roast. I did that today as well. It was a pretty dry week, but me and Alex, we could just be on camera and just talk to each other, 9 times out of 10, we're going to get into talking about food, but yeah. Oh, my mod is here tonight. Hello, Andrea. How are you? Rich the Fish, why am I more excited for Traitors Season 3 than any other Housewives show? Because Traitors was a really good season. We could talk about that before I get into the episode. I missed Traitors Season 1. I feel like I don't really need to go back and get into it. Like, I caught up with Season 2. I'm good. It was good. It really shocked me that, I enjoyed it so much. And I love it as a content creator and someone who loves reality TV, just a new show to really love. Now, I didn't have to do every episode by episode. I just wanted to enjoy it. But I was like, you know what? Let me just do a few live reviews to just see what y'all think about it. I prefer personally that they keep it with reality TV stars. I don't want it to be unknowns. I mean, y'all can save that for Big Brother or something. I mean, someone did make the point that reality TV people, they'll get really cliquey. Whereas if you get just 20 complete strangers, then it gets even more interesting. So I understand that, but it's just so much more interesting if we have some housewives, some Flavor of Love girls, people from The Challenge, Real World, Big Brother, Survivor, all that, But yeah, oh my God, a mosquito got me. Ugh. And I got to turn off my indications. Anywho, I got people talking in the chat. Been watching Trishelle since The Real World and have hated her ever since. See, I remember her from The Real World, but I don't remember her tendencies. It's been 2 decades, I hear Ashley Darby Mama is going to be on the show. She is a harmless scammer. I think it would be good. Miss Shirley is such a cute fraud. That's what it is, Rich the Fish. You hit the nail on the head. I know it's Sheila. I know what she's capable of, but there's just something still endearing about her. Really. Anywho. Andrea, I'm good. My birthday is tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday. True Pisces. So I'm drinking and loving that I've seen you 3 times since getting off work. Thank you. Ooh, yes. Yes. And also by now, if you're in the chat or watching this video, there's going to be spoilers. You knew that, right? Okay, so this isn't going to be a long review. I am tired. He works hard for the money. Let's just say that. I worked a 10-hour shift yesterday. this little listening party for a celebrity that my manager really over exaggerated a little bit. I mean, I feel like you could tell who don't really be around celebrities that much because I'm just like, oh, okay, it's that person. Um, let's see if I can give y'all a hint. It's a Broadway person that incorporates hip hop. There you have it. It's easy. Anywho, let's get into Traitors season 2 finale. So we start out with Kate. She has to eliminate somebody. And I was like, you know what? If I was Kate, it would either have to be Sheree, Trishelle, or Sandra. Like out of those three, Sheree, if it was a Bravo person, they wouldn't suspect her. But it seems like, once we saw the ending, that it would benefit someone to at least bring an ally to the end, whether it benefits a traitor or a faithful. So, yeah, she eliminated Sheree. And, Sheree, I mean, I can't even say she played a good game. I mean, great gowns, beautiful gowns. I mean, she was there. There was some funny moments that she was there. Like the bug episode when they were in the house and dropping the bugs on her. I got a good old belly laugh from that. And I like Sheree, like when I saw her at BravoCon, I said, you know what? Thank you for being like just vulnerable on TV because you take a lot of licks, and just thank you for just being a good sport. And she appreciated that. We don't know these ladies outside of the TV. So, I like Sheree, so yeah, Sheree is gone. And then she says in her confessional, she knew that oh my God, I got a mental blank just now. Kate. She knew that Kate was a faithful. Okay, sis. Now after the fact. All right. So then they have their last challenge and they be manipulating the time clock on those challenges. Like, how come every single challenge, it's like a race to the finish? Like they have 9 seconds left, 2 seconds left. They do it at the last second. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. But CT, I'm glad they took him to the end because they needed somebody to get the money. Now, it's nice if, an all female finals, but they needed like the brute strength. And there wasn't really any, well, Trishelle, she did the challenges, but anybody else, those are the Bravo girls. In the beginning, I was hoping a Bravo person would have won. We were so close, y'all, so close. So then we fast forward to the evening. Look, the deliberation, that's what we're looking forward to. Challenge is cool. But we get to the table and, well, before we get to the table, so the names on the list are Sandra and Kate. And Kate tried to do it until the end, till the very end. Like she was trying to confuse CT and Trishelle. I just thought it was in the bag. Like all Kate needed was 3 votes against her, and they had it. It was Sandra that was going to vote for Kate, CT, and Trishelle. That was the plan. So I don't know. Like maybe you just got to be in that environment in the pressure cooker to like understand, because it just seemed like from home, it just seemed like an easy decision. Let me see what y'all talking about. Phaedra Parks was so good on the show. She really gave. Sheree did not give sheet. I was like Nene. Every time she came on the screen, all I could give her was Toronto guy. Had to expect the ending from the challenge people. I agree. Someone was saying that like the challenge people, they're always going to prevail. And I think that's because they have like a ruthlessness to them, like any means necessary. And I don't think the wives are going to do that. The wives don't have the ruthlessness. And the closest person to that was Phaedra. They had a choice on their show to split 1 million with the partner or take it all. Both times the person with the choice took it all. It's a game. It's a game. I mean, I don't know. Like, if it was, I would split it. I'm just that type of person. If it was somebody I didn't rock with, it's different. I love how Alex got his Bravo shout out. I know that you'll be big too, Chris. Just stay consistent. Thank you. This was the best light that I've seen Fraudra in since Roa. I agree. This was a very redeeming show for Phaedra. Like, not Girls Trip, not Married to Medicine, not even Housewives of Dubai. Like, this was the show for Phaedra, but we will get into that when they get to the reunion. So they're at deliberation right now. I think CT starts. He starts off by saying that he thinks that Sandra may be a traitor. He says why. I think Sandra says she thought CT was a traitor, but can y'all remind me who Sandra voted for? Trishelle, she got scared at the last minute and just voted for Sandra because she was trying to go with CT. So that's already 2 votes. And MJ, I think, who did MJ choose? Y'all refresh my memory. I think she said Sandra too. Yeah, she said Sandra. Thank y'all. If you're just getting into the chat, we're talking about Traitors, the season finale, as well as the reunion. Okay, so I was right. Okay. Sandra voted for Kate. All right. Okay, thank you. What was really funny was Sandra said that Kate was even dressed like a traitor. I was digging that white that Kate had. Kate, I'm not really familiar with her. I didn't really watch Below Deck. Whenever I watched Below Deck, it was always like in the background as I was about to lay in bed. I was high and just was on my phone. I just wanted some background noise. But yeah, the majority voted Kate. And yeah, so no, Sandra. I'm sorry, y'all. Sandra. The majority voted Sandra. Is it Sandra or Sandra? I'm from New Orleans. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting ahead of myself. So they voted Sandra out. I don't know how they did that, but I was thinking, is there some production manipulate going on? Is there? Don't be laughing at me. I had a long day. It was a long day. I'm sorry. They both got eliminated anyway, but yeah, Sandra's gone. So now they all go outside, and I never watched the first season of Traitors, so I don't know how they get to the, the bottom person, like the last person. So they get in front of the fire, and they have a chance to just stop the game right there. Or they think someone is still a traitor, and obviously there's still a traitor amongst them. So I don't think I'm leaving anything out before this, but it seems like the writing is on the wall. It has to be Kate. And they choose Kate. And I'm like, wow, it's nothing but 3 faithfuls. Like, I guess they won. What's next? I was looking at how much time was left, and I was like, oh, wait, there's a whole like segment of time left. Like, what else is about to happen? So Kate, I love that, she was just happy to be there. It looked like she didn't care whether she won or lost. She was just like, shout out to everybody. I had fun. Like she didn't really care. So it was kind of like not that much of a climax. And she was happy for the faithfuls. But then I was rocked. We were all rocked. So like Alan, he gives them the choice. See, this is why I love to edit my shit, because like I will be doing so much editing right now. Y'all just have me in a constant stream of conversation. But yeah, so Alan has them asking them, do you want to stop the game here with these 3? You put in the green fire, and if you don't, the red fire. MJ, she puts in the green fire. She's thinking, okay, we're going to split this 200,000 three ways. Uh, my brain isn't like, too fast on the math. Let me see how much that is. They had $200,800 divided by 3. That's $66,933. Then after taxes, that's about, you're looking at maybe 50K each. Okay. Look, I would take 50K. But yeah, so we get to Trishelle, and I was like, oh man, really? Really? Like they still think that there's faithfuls there. So then when CT throws his fire, I was like, okay, them two, they meant they were going to go to the end together. They don't want to split the pot with MJ. And I was just like, oh man. And we saw MJ's face. I was gagged. I was like, these motherfuckers. I was trying to see, like, can I curse on here? I hope. Anyway, these MFers, these pink toes, they really gonna take the win from MJ. Like, really? Yeah, it was $200,800, I believe. Trishelle's a professional poker player. She's won a lot. Her ability to read people is there. Still don't like her though. They should have been got Trishelle out. Been. And yeah, as soon as I saw the red fire from both of them, I was like, oh man, they plotting. They plotting. They came up with this all along. It was the backstabbery. What they do. They smiling in your face. Backstabbers. So yeah, they vote again. And look, oh, thank you, DGF. It's 40% tax. Well, when you look at it that way, but they start to vote again, and MJ's like, well, I don't want to vote. I think we're all faithfuls, but I have to choose somebody. So I guess Trishelle. Oh man, all she had to do was just pick CT in that moment. That's all she had to do. But it's not MJ's fault. So then we go to her left, well, our left, and CT chooses MJ. Like I knew he was, because I was like, he's not going to vote for Trishelle. But then my mouth was already on the floor. And then it fell down to hell when Trishelle voted CT. I was like, you know what? Trishelle is just the most white woman, like the most white woman of white women. Like, I was like, really? Really? Like, y'all got to this point. You already said you trust this guy, and then you still trying to make sure at the very end. So then they had to vote again, which I think was just so humiliating for MJ. At this point, like, Trishelle isn't going to vote for CT again. So then we get it over again. They both vote MJ. MJ is out. I was heartbroken for her. I was so heartbroken. I was invested, y'all. Like, I was like, it was so good, but I just felt so bad. Like, a traitor didn't win, but I still felt like traitors won. Like, and even it's besides how much the money was. It's just like, I feel like MJ got to the very end, at the finish line, and they took it away from her. Were y'all mad as much as I was? MC Deborah. I mean, I'm familiar with who she is, like in Ballroom. Yes, we all wanted anybody but Trishelle. But let's be honest, MJ has fumbled a lot of times. Like her and Sheree, like they were in the pool of faithfuls that played the worst. Like it was her, Sheree, as well as Kevin from Bling Empire. Don't be too heartbroken for MJ. She called Asa's unborn kid all kind of bastards just because he was mixed. See, that's another thing. That's why I stopped watching Shaws of Sunset, because I used to love that show. Like, I think I was on there until until Asa left or the season before she left. It was just something about them, like Golnessa, MJ, Reza, and Mike. Like it was just something about them. I was getting some type of like anti-blackness or something with them, especially Reza, like how he would always change his tone when he was on Watch What Happens Live with like a black woman. Like it was just so, hey girl, like he would do his neck like this. Oh, I love her. It was so cringe. I would get secondhand embarrassment. But that's just for me. That's just how I felt. I'm not saying any of them were racist. It was just a feeling, you know? Am I the only one? Anywho, I still felt bad for MJ. I'm looking at her on this space, you know? Like she deserved it. She was there from the beginning. But should we be surprised from the challenge people? And I used to love the challenge back in the day, like the road rules versus real world. But then I kind of fell off. Like it kind of just got too, like, too much of like a Monster or Red Bull commercial. I just wasn't into it. I wanted the messy, luxurious drama on Bravo. Let's see. I used to watch the sad show Shaws of Sunset. I might not watch next season. That's how mad I am. There was definitely some production interference. I wasn't mad because I've always thought if I played as a faithful, I'm voting everyone out until I can't anymore. That's true. Like, that's why I was kind of like on the fence about it, because some people were looking at it as a racist thing, like racial tones. And I could see with the optics, I could see that. But CT was the one like that started with MJ. Like, I feel like they could have just split the money, but initially it was CT. He wanted to make sure that he was down to the nitty gritty with someone he trusted. And then, like, Trishelle one-upped him and didn't even trust him. So what did that say about the two of them? And they're celebrating now that they just corrected the vote. So I don't know. Like, it was just, I don't know, just something felt dirty about it. Like I couldn't really cheer about it. There's like 30 something challenges. That's why. Like I kind of just got off of it. Road rules, huh? Their families probably had businesses in Black communities, so that Black scent might be more authentic than not. Detroit has the largest community in US, so it's not unusual here. Yeah, speaking of that, like I'm from New Orleans, and that was this this neighborhood. It's called Michoud, where they had a high Vietnamese population. But you know, some of them, I'm not sure if they said the N-word or not around me, but I wouldn't, you know, be surprised. But they were very urban over there. So I understand that, like a product of your environment. But Reza, it just didn't seem like, it seemed like he had a Black scent whenever the Black girls were there. Anywho, I was happy for CT, kind of, sorta. I just felt betrayed by him in the end because I was rooting for him. So yeah, the winners of Traders is CT and Trishelle, Real World alumni. Yeah, Trishelle is from Real World Paris, and Trishelle is from Real World Vegas, and CT is from Paris. Okay. So yeah, we have the reunion hosted by Andy Cohen. I thought the reunion, I'm really glad that they posted it right afterward. I don't think it was necessary for them to wait a whole week. Like, I really thought it was brilliant of them to post it right after the episode. I thought Andy did a good job. It's so weird from Housewives reunions like I'm used to. Let me get my notes for the reunion. That's the only thing I need to take notes for. So Phaedra, she is first chair. Like even before the faithfuls that won. And then on one side you have MJ. So it's them two. The Bravo girls still will get, first chair. And then we see MJ on the left side of Andy looking pissed. Like she came out the gate, just was like hot. And you know what? I don't blame MJ. I would be mad too. Especially MJ, I feel like she got the money. That's why she's on the Bravo show. Maybe. I don't know. But as someone who could definitely use that money, I need that money. Speaking of needing that money, thank you, HFG, for the super chat. The most faithful of the faithfuls were the biggest traitors, and that's the gag. It felt icky seeing Trishelle win. I'll be watching next season, though. Oh, I'm definitely watching. I'm hooked. Definitely hooked. But yeah, MJ was swinging out the gate at Trishelle and CT. CT didn't want no smoke. Trishelle, she was just annoyed that MJ was still mad at her. I think in their minds, they just see it as a game and you can't take things personal. But I could see MJ taking things personal. I would take it personal. Chris, do you have a nose ring? I think it'll look good on you. Also, Candace blocked me on Twitter when I reminded her of all the slaves and wenches she used to call Ashley. That doesn't surprise me. I kind of wanted a nose ring. Or like a little stud piercing or something. I'm gonna look into it. I hear it hurts though. But yeah, let's get back to the reunion. So then we see that Phaedra was the breakout star, and she was. That's what I wanted to get back to. Like, it really, if I didn't like Phaedra then, if I kind of sort of liked her, I definitely liked her now. Like she was just in her element, and it just goes to the fact that she is a traitor in real life. She is a treacherous person. Thank you, DGF, for the super chat. Also, if you're feeling generous, my Cash App is right there, $CDiggy1. And for Venmo, it is Chris-Diggins. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But yeah, I liked Phaedra, and it's a guilty pleasure because she just did so good, and she wound up coming out with no blood on her hands too. But she definitely had a score to settle with Dan. So then we're talking about some of the other people on the couch, some of the other cast members. And I'm only talking about the ones that really had a memorable storyline. I'm not doing everybody. I'm just because this was just going to be like a short 40-minute review, y'all. So then we talked to Larson, Tyler Perry, or Michael Jordan's son, and they were just talking about being together in the house. And more importantly, we wanted to know, are they still together, or what went on during because I think it was during the Super Bowl that happened. They just said they had a speed bump in their relationship. I don't think it's going to last. I really don't. Or maybe it was just a stunt because Larson wants to be back on Miami. Truth be told, I don't need Marcia. I don't need Larsa to come back. Chris, how do you feel about the gamers discounting the Bravo ladies' intelligence? I think they were rightly gagged when those housewives came for them. I think some of them are intelligent, they're cunning. Because Lisa Vanderpump, she's smart. MJ is a pick-Misha. She was hurt. Phaedra has had her redemption season on a other show. Where? I was just trying to picture Phaedra trying to get through that last challenge. Tyler Perry and Larsa are so forgettable. Larsa is just a liar. She is. But yeah, Larsa, I didn't mind her on Traitors because, she's also a liar in real life. But yeah, I didn't care that much about their relationship, but I was just curious what they were going to say. So then We get to the boxer who quit. I was really disappointed by him because I feel like he definitely had potential, but he has some childhood trauma, child, and he said he does not regret his decision to leave the show. Good for you, boo. The Dancing with the Stars person, I think his name was Max, like with the K, Maks. He didn't even show up. I had to Google him to remember what he looked like. They talked about Burgerlicious and The Bachelor. I didn't really care about them. Didn't really care. So we then get to Dan versus Phaedra. And Dan was just explaining himself and like just how hindsight is 2020. He would have never came for Phaedra. He wrongly underestimated her. And Phaedra, she said he's a piece of shit, like more than once. And she's still mad at him. I mean, I would be too. If it wasn't for him, Phaedra probably would have made it to the end, probably would have won the game. I do think that Phaedra did some missteps. Like, I think she definitely chose the wrong faithful to become a traitor because Kate didn't really care if she was there or not. But I think Sandra brought up a good point at the reunion. She was saying that maybe Phaedra just felt so double-crossed by someone that, you know, that wasn't in the Bravo verse, that when Kate came on, it's just like, oh, familiar face, she wouldn't backstab me. So I get it. Oh God, let's stick to the show, y'all. Please, let's stick to the show. We get it. Phaedra ain't shit. We know it. That's why she's so good at this show. So yeah, like she's going back and forth with him. She don't care. Dan is just like with the mindset that it's just the game to him. Just the game. I think it's just the way he played it. And he got a little bit too cocky and bit off more than he could chew. And yeah, ooh, she eviscerated him. Like that was a reality TV show moment. I loved it. Let's see. He purposely targeted Black women. Let's call a thing a thing. I could say that for Trishelle. I'm not sure about Dan. I can't remember. Because I feel like Dan was just like going through with the motions. Now, if you're talking about Big Brother, I'm not familiar with him. This is the first time I've seen this pedestrian-looking person on television, so I'm not really familiar. The only Big Brother I watched was like the first few seasons back in the day, and Celebrity Big Brother. I love Celebrity Big Brother. Can't wait till that comes back. Oh, and speaking of voting out and targeting Black women, I forgot to talk about Peppermint. Listening to her all over again, saying just how disappointed she was, that was heartbreaking to hear. Because she was just saying that most of the reason that she was banished first was because she was more of an other on the cast. And correct me if I'm wrong, she was the only LGBT person on the make sure do all the letters, LGBTQ plus person on the cast. Yeah, she was just saying how it would have benefited to, people, society, that, the further she was along, like trans people are people too. Look, I know a lot of trans people. One of my best friends are trans. And, I think next season, they're going to add her on season 3. Watch. You heard it here first. And I think they're going to add more than one drag queen on the show because I just didn't think it was fair at all. Child, it doesn't matter which reality TV show, the Black people are always targeted first. There you have it. I think Dan's just treacherous, period, even more so when he's backed into a corner. I mean, he did admit that. Dan is from Dearborn, Michigan, formerly a notorious racist city before the Middle Eastern immigrant wave of the 1980s. Okay. The more you know. The more you know. But yeah, justice for Peppermint. And last but not least, justice for MJ. We get to the final showdown at the reunion. MJ versus Trishelle and CT. We talk about Kate a little bit, but Kate was just happy to be there. She was happy for them to get the money. MJ just said she felt betrayed. And I agree. And I hate how they were trying to get on her for trying to tell her how she should feel, how it was just a game, especially that long-winded lawn gnome like that was in the parliament. John, I think. I was like, shut up. Shut your little miniature Monopoly piece ass up. Okay? And he tried to call her bitter. Really? He was like, it's just a game. It's just a game. Just a game. Just a game. Whatever. And I was like, okay, so MJ isn't allowed to feel some type of way, but Phaedra, she still feels a type of way about Dan, but everyone thinks it's cute and funny. Okay. That really kind of just like grinded my gears looking at that. But yeah, MJ, I feel like, however I thought of her on Shaw's, like I really liked her on Traitors, but she'll be fine. Traitors gave us some really good television, and the reunion ended with that, followed by them confirming that season 3 will be filming, and hopefully we get it this year. Like, I enjoyed this so much. Like, it's just so good to just find like a new show that you really love. Speaking of which, I found a new show I love, a scripted series called The Bear. I'm sure y'all heard of it. When the black girl, she won this season, like everything, I was like, I want to see what the big deal is. And I watched season 1 and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely recommend. But yeah, y'all, that was my review of Traitors. Let me know what y'all think about it in the chat. Let me just see what y'all talking about. MJ and her BMW, body made wrong, not body shaming, would have gagged me if she won. Creonta deserved it too. Creonta? Overall, the Bravo Brats dolls showed up and showed out. They did. I was really proud of the Bravo girls, and I hope next season we get some more Bravo girls. I just feel like for some reason they're going to add a Potomac housewife on Traitors season 3. Like, I think they'll add either Karen or Giselle. You'll see. They love Giselle at Bravo, I'm telling you. Like, if Giselle don't come back to Potomac, she'll be back on Traitors. Watch. Oh, okay. I marathon both seasons of The Bear. It's such easy watching, and it has like heart too. And that's my background in hospitality. They're on a much more, they're on a much more lower scale than what I'm used to working at. But the behind you corner, the cursing, because chefs really talk like that. Like they talk to their staff like that. But look, I was just raised to like respect is earned. I'm not just respecting anybody. You got to respect me too. And I just don't take a kin to strangers yelling at me. Do you think Kyle and Morgan would go on Traitors? Kyle would just be going on for fun. I mean, she don't really need the money. I don't think Morgan would go on either. I'm trying to think, would any Beverly Hills housewives go on there? Maybe Lisa Rinna, Erica Jane. Yeah. Is it on Peacock or Zeus? The Bear is actually on Hulu. And if you have Disney Plus, Hulu is free. Oh, I heard. I'm on episode 2. They're like 12 weeks away from opening the restaurant. I'm really curious if they're going to open it during that season. Oh, man. I hope it's not, I hope it doesn't get too dark. Hopefully not. And I want to see why. Like, I heard this season is the reason why the black girl won. So I can't wait to see. Can't wait. No spoilers, please, in the chat. No spoilers. Creonta is Phaedra's middle name, Chris. I didn't know that. I had no idea. But yeah, anything else to talk about? Yeah, I mean, I hit the 40-minute mark, y'all. I just want to get on here and talk about it. It's always so hard to get off live because I enjoy it. Also, do y'all like my shirt? Look, I'm a child of the 90s, and look, I love Street Fighter. Played it almost every day as a kid. I thought it was cute. Class of 91. I got it from TeePublic, and most of my shirts I got from TeePublic, about half of them. The link is in the bio. The link is in the bio below. Well, description. The link is in the description below. See if I would have been able to edit that. No one would have said anything, but now y'all probably gonna talk about it in the chat. Anywho, so my link, check it out. The shirts are usually on sale. It's $13 plus tax. Like it'll be about maybe $5.99 for shipping. But yeah, I think it's a good deal. They have some really good shirts. They have my gallery you can shop on, or you could just type in like Sailor Moon, Street Fighter, Golden Girls, like any type of topic you want, they'll have a cool shirt for it. So I just had to plug that. Let's see. Oh, I love Dalcine. He was my brown representation. I agree because I didn't like Balrog. I think that's how you pronounce their name. Oh, Chris, you didn't roast Trichelle's reunion dress. I don't know what the hell that was. Like, it was like you could just put some, take out some Reynolds wrap, some foil, and just tape it on the side of her, of the other dress. It didn't look good. I was just like, she really stood out in a bad way, in a really bad way. Did anybody like her dress? I didn't like it. And CT, where was he going? He was dressed like he was going to, what was he dressed to? Work on a house or something, or go to an office or something, for a contractor. Whew. Anywho. Oh, is it the soft kind of cotton? It is. It's really good material. I still have some of my shirts that I got around the pandemic. Dr. Jackie would be great on season 3. She's ruthless and willing to betray the people who she allegedly supports. Damn. That was pointed. That was very pointed. Anywho. Johnny Bananas needs his own suit collection. I don't know about that. He's dressed like a used car salesman. That's what he's dressed like. But let me do my sign off, y'all. So thank y'all for joining me for Traders. Please let me know your thoughts on the whole thing, the winners, who you feel sorry for. Who would you like to see on season 3? And I hope we get it this year. I hope we do. You can follow me, CDiggy1, on socials. And also, look, I am 110 subscribers away from 15,000. If you are in the chat, I see there's 54 people in the room. Did you hit that like button? Did you comment to help a ninja out? Did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Anyway, yeah, help a ninja out. I'm trying to, make this my it is my full time, but I want it to be a lucrative full time too. I'm in my starving artist era, low key, but that's a little bit too much of Chris's business. Oh, speaking of Chris's business, the patreon.com/cdiggy1. But I'm gonna stop talking y'all ears off. Anywho, thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate it. Anywho, but yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next